Hey guys, just kind of sitting here in the Forbidden Zone comic room on a semi gray, rainy kind of Sunday. Just thought I'd show a few books. I got a little haul in from my comic shop. I want to show a couple other things. And just want to remind everybody, and I'll probably remind everybody again, for those of you that don't know, Captain Strangelove Hans is celebrating his 14th year on YouTube. And he's going to be doing a live stream here in just a couple of hours, I think, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, on the Captain Strangelove channel, World of Stuff. So be there or be square. It should be a good time. Just some stuff. One thing I wanted to show yesterday on the Comic Book Memory stream, I showed most of my run of DC Special Series. And I was thinking, there's a book missing somewhere, and I was like, oh, I know what it is. It's number 16. It was the story that had to show the death of Jonah Hex. And I was like, well, no, I got that book. So I was looking in the box I pulled the others out of, couldn't find it, looked in all the piles, looked in other boxes, and where in the world? The problem is I have too many projects going on comic wise. I want to I want to do my DC Explosion thing, and I want to do my picture frame cover thing. I want to do the implosion thing, and I want to show this series. I want to show that series. Well, the thing of it is, I gathered all the books for my DC Explosion videos, and I forgot that the Jonah Hex book was actually in that run, so I had put it in that box because I was like, I know I had seen that book somewhere. So anyway, for those of you that watched the stream yesterday morning with Rod and myself, if you kind of wonder where that book was, here it is. With a lot of the great DC Western characters, and actually shows the death of Jonah Hex. And of course, I already did the video showing the strange circumstance of the Hex book, where he went into the future and he found out he was dead and all that kind of stuff. So, but a cool book. Okay, now some of these other ones, I can't remember if I had shown these or not. I know I might have mentioned them on a video, or I might have shown them on Instagram or something. Anyway, I was always fascinated with the Silverblade series that came out in September of '87 from DC, and this is a character created by was it Carrie? Yes, Carrie Bates. Carrie Bates and Gene Colan and Klaus Janson did the art. Just love that first cover. But this was a 12-issue miniseries. And it's about this guy. He was like an old time actor, and he had like one of his little child co stars like caring for him in his later years. And he was like, the guy was getting tired of him, and he just wanted to be a hermit and watch his old movies and all this kind of stuff. And some kind of weird happened, and all of a sudden he was reverted to his younger self, and he could be like any of the characters that he played in his movie. He might be a swashbuckler. One movie he might be a vampire in another movie, or a monster in another movie. But he had acquired all those powers through some kind of mystical means, and so he was going out and trying to fight the villainy of the times. So it's really fun little series. Got some great Gene Colan art. I'm a big fan of Carrie Bates writing. So, and the thing of it is, I was going to show this earlier because I had all 12 issues, but for some reason I could not find, because I bought them all in a lot, and I could not find number 2 or number 1. And I looked everywhere, could not find this. But I'm sure now that I bought another copy, which came in in the Mycomicshop haul, that it's going to pop up soon. And I'll be like, oh, that's where I put it. Anyway, couldn't find it. Another reason I probably wanted another copy is because it had a poster on the inside, and I really wanted the poster because I want to get a frame for it because I really like the poster. And here is the enclosed poster for number 1, advertising the Silverblade series. So very cool. So I want to get a frame for that. I want to put it up here somewhere just because I love it. Okay. So while you're waiting, I'm going to fold up the poster. Okay, here's number 1. Number 2, same team except for Steve Mitchell did the inks. I just love the costume and the colors and sort of like the swashbuckling aspect of it. Another great colon cover. Like I say, I might have shown these before, and if I do, I apologize. I couldn't remember if I did or not. I hadn't checked all the way through my videos. But anyway, just some cool late '80s DC. I'm guessing, I can't remember which character he was there, but they're number 5, battling a giant serpent. And here he is, the vampire, which, you know, Gene Colan was kind of okay drawing vampires, if I remember correctly. Just a fun little series. It's, you know, and it's really easy on the wallet. So you could probably find like the whole run in a lot on eBay, or, you know, they're not going to be much more than a couple bucks a piece anywhere. But good stuff. Number 8. Number 9. I think sometimes there might be some people that are kind of unaware of the stuff that Gene Colan did for DC in the '80s. Other than this, he did the Nathaniel Dusk series. He did a Phantom Zone miniseries. He did Wonder Woman. He did Batman. Just a whole bunch of stuff. So pretty cool. And most of that stuff is pretty cheap. 11 there, and last issue. Looks like he gets the girl there. I don't know. But fun stuff. Would recommend it. The rest of the My Comic Shop haul is just a little you know, just comics. You know, stuff that I like. Some stuff I've had on the list. This is one you guys may or may not have heard of. This is Archie 1941. And this is sort of a serious take on the Archie Andrews and his gang. Of course, you know, I think this is kind of a tribute to, you know, the year that Archie first appeared, 1941, in Pep Comics. Which, I thought this was, just an aside here, I thought this was funny. I looked up Pep Comics 22, which was the first appearance of Archie, and I looked it up on My Comic Shop. It was like, oh, here's one for $440, a CGC. And I'm like, what? Well, the grade on it was 0.0. Someone had slabbed a page, like page 7 or whatever from Pep Comics, and it wasn't even the Archie story. It was like one of the adventure strips, but they were selling that in no grade, 0.0, for $440 slabbed. So I'm like, no. But anyway, this is a nice little take. You know, Archie and Reggie go off to war, and you know, kind of looks bad for old Archie here. But hey, it's a really good story. Mark Waid and Brian Augustine write this. Peter Krause, who did one of my favorite series, Power Shazam, back in the day. And it's just a good little story. You know, if you like Archie and the gang, and if you're looking for something a little bit different than the normal, you know, kind of funny Archie comics fare, it's good. This is like the last issue. I did not have this one, so I finally got to read it. However many years later, I don't know. It's been a while. And here's a book by our good friend Rob E. Brown. Here's Evil Ernie number 7. I don't think he did the cover, but I'm gonna pull this out. Of course, you know, Rob's a great artist, really good guy. Just show you some of the artwork in here. Love his storytelling, love the detail. I'm assembling a little Rob Brown comic box over here. I'm trying to pick up the stuff when he posts it on Facebook, posts a lot of the work he did for Marvel and other companies. A lot of his original artwork. So a lot of great artwork in here. I can't remember. I think Rob might have told me about this, or I saw it somewhere. I can't remember, but probably Rob told me. But thank you, buddy. Was happy to pick this one up. So, yeah, got an appearance by Lady Death. How about that? So I know we have some Chaos Comics fans out here. I've got a little stack of Chaos stuff somewhere. But I didn't know Rob did even this until recently. So, very cool book. Evil Ernie number 7. Okay, here's another book that I should have bought years ago and didn't. It was only a 2-part series by DC and Dark Horse, Batman, Hellboy, and Starman. And I can't remember when it came out. 90. Looks like 98 this came out. So I've waited that long to read the conclusion of this story. But it's just a great story. The script by James Robinson. Big fan of James Robinson, and the art by Mike Mignola. So can't beat that. Starman, you got the original Starman in this too. Jack Knight's father, Ted Knight, and we're fighting monsters and Nazis and all kinds of good stuff. So highly recommend this. Just a 2-issue series, but it's really good. And speaking of Rob, we were kind of chatting with each other, and a lot of times we'll throw stuff in a cart, like at Mycomicshop. I had a bunch of stuff in there for a while, and I was kind of waiting to see when I get some extra funds to go ahead and get them. Well, 2 of the books I wanted were gone, and one of them was an issue of Mycomicshop number 3, and there's several people that have this book, and I know my buddy Rod has shown it with the 2 original Blue Beetles fighting it out. But this is, but that kind of reminded me. I used to have this book years ago, but I lost pretty much the whole run trying to reassemble it. But here we have Secret Origins number 2 with the origins of the first 2 Blue Beetles, Dan Garrett and Ted Cord. Yeah, written by Len Wein and by the great one himself, Eli Katz, a.k.a. Gil Kane. There's a blazer for you, John. But a great book, great story. And here we have New Teen Titans number 37 by Wolfman and Perez with a crossover with Batman and the Outsiders. Great story. I think this concludes in an issue of the Outsiders, but I think I only needed 2 issues of the Wolfman and Perez run to have the first 50. And these won't break the bank either, but this is one of the ones I needed to have all of the first 50 that Perez did. So glad to have that one. Great stuff. And this book is an upgrade as I've been going through and rebagging and reboarding stuff. I find out I want to upgrade certain books. And so this is one that I really loved. This is when Adventure Comics went to a dollar size. Here's number 459 with a great Jim Aparo cover. We got Dead Man, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern. I believe the Dead Man story was actually going to be in an issue of Showcase before Showcase got canceled in the implosion. And I know for sure that this New God story with art by Don Newton's awesome. Is a continuation from New Gods 19, which that was the last issue of that run, first DC run. So great story here. Like I say, great art. You got Jim Aparo on the inside doing Dead Man. I think Jose Delbo, who did a bunch of issues of Wonder Woman, is on Wonder Woman. Irv Novick on the Flash and Joe Staten on Green Lantern. Can't remember who did the Elongated Man story. But, love this book, so I had to get an upgrade. And here is another one that was on my list. So I'm one away from completing this one. This is number 3 of Batlash. Great little comedy action western series that DC put out. There's only 7 issues, so with this one I only need number 7. So, it's great stuff. Sergio Aragones and Nick Carty did most of them. I'm not sure if Cardi did the art in the last one, but he did the cover on this one. So really fun little book. Looking forward to completing that one, hopefully soon. And with this one, I did complete one. I needed one issue of Hawk and Dove, the original series, number 6. And more of the great one on here, Mr. Gil Kane. So happy to complete this series. And last one is one that I've had on my list for a while. You know, I'm trying to get a lot of the older Neil Adams covers that he did for DC, like in the late 60s up through the early 70s. And this is one that I really wanted. And I actually went to the Lexington Comic-Con back in March, and I saw this at a box, you know, and they were selling them like for $5 or something like that, maybe $10. So, oh, cool, I'll come back and get this. Well, when you have an impulse to buy something at a con, go ahead and get it. Because, you know, I went back and it was gone, and nobody else in there had that book, and there was like gobs and gobs and gobs of dealers in that place. But anyway, this is one that I really wanted. Love this cover. Love the characters. Big Adam Strange fan. So here's Brave and Bold number 90. No Adams art on the interior. It's Ross Andrew and Mike Esposito, but the great Bob Haney, who concocted all these Earth B stories. Now, Earth B could stand for a lot. It could be Bob Haney, it could be Murray Boltinoff, who was an editor of DC at the time. But I just love this cover, and I had to have it. All right, guys. That's all I got. Like I said earlier, tune in tonight, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, for Captain Strangelife's 14 years on YouTube anniversary. He's going to have a raffle, giving away some great prizes. There's going to be some cool people on there, and I might even be on there, but, you know, I don't know if I'd put myself in the cool category. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate all the comments. Hope you're having a great Sunday, and I will see you soon. Onward and upward.